Welcome back to Uno Night. Man, people are like blowing this new balance patch out of proportion, saying it's something crazy. No. If anything, it's just going to annoy me more because these fodder units are getting buffed that I'm never going to use, are just going to be more annoying to fight against, right? Because if they buff your characters, they're going to be buffing the enemy characters as well, right? So thank God there are no absolutely broken units apart from this Adrianne, right? Everyone loves fighting against Adriannes. Come on, let's be honest, man. Alright, let's just talk about her base stats real quick. Alright, excuse me. Unrealistic standards to get to this stage, right? Origin +5. Nobody's gonna have this. Come on, let's just be honest. And even then, her stats are nothing to call home about. Defense is the lowest among all the tanks. HP is pretty standard. All of them are pushing 700k. Now the bad thing about this unit, right, we'll talk about the cons first, is that she has no magical resistance, physical resistances, compared to characters such as, say, Claire, who have 5%. Usually they have 5% like dedicated for them. Physical and Suni. Chloe for physical as well. I think Petra's magic. No, they're all physical. Alright, never mind. Scratch that. Well, now we know they all have physical resistances except for Adrianne, right? So that's... Well, those are pretty much all her cons, alright? That's the only bad thing going for her. Okay. Apart from, you know, you're never going to be able to get those stats anyway because you need Origin +5. At least not in the future unless they make it easier. Now, does that mean she's a bad unit? Absolutely not. We all know how annoying it is to fight against Adrianne's, right? So, main Torrent of Brilliance. Now, she actually has two heals, two different heals and two different skills, right? So, Torrent of Brilliance, Holy Explosion. Okay, we're not going to read that. Just think of Chloe's active, except it deals a bit more damage, and it just heals instead of a stun of, I think it's a flip. Yeah, knockdown, something like that, right? So, crazy. Although it does stun, it does get the Chloe effect at level 181, so we'll take that. With the heal, just better active than Chloe already, right? So Ring of Brilliance, this is the one that everybody loves, okay? It's going to pull the farthest enemy away, which if you're on the receiving end of this, you never want to eat that, because usually your best units are at the back, or the damage dealing and the healers, right? So, but then when you're going to be using it at the enemy, it's good because you can clump up units paired with, say, characters such as Chloe. Fantastic. Now, I would not use Adrianne as a main tank just because of the fact that she is kind of squishy compared to other tanks. So I would use her as a second tank along with characters such as Claire and Chloe. I think she pairs best with Chloe. And, you know, as an angel unit, she does get the resonance. So that's fantastic, right? We'll show you why she pairs well with Chloe. So, now we have the second heal. Nothing crazy again. Only 37.5%, level 3, and the damage is nothing crazy again, but we take those, right? It's a relatively good skill, does damage end of the day, and it does heal, right? So she pairs very well with melee units, and in this case pairs really well as a secondary tank. I misclicked her down, but that's some crazy. I love that art on her though. Like, I'm a sucker for her art. Right, Righteous Determination, her passive, right? So this is the part where she's actually able to deal more damage with her active. Is this something crazy? Sadly not, because at the end of the day she is a tank. Alright, but then it is funny to see sometimes that a tank deals decent amount of damage, right? So her ult, we're not really gonna get into it, because if you want an AoE, it's not even a full screen, right? If you want an AoE stun, like, just use Jade, right? So now we'll be talking about her keepsake, which is pretty disappointed by, because not only does she have really low defense stats compared to other tanks, like it increases it by 4%. I mean, to be fair, she does need that, but it's not going to be buffing as much compared to the other ones. Like literally Suni has more sustain than this character, because her artifact heals her every turn, which is 2 seconds if you did not know that. Right, let's show the actual gameplay of this unit so we can actually see her Ring of Brilliance, that hook in action. She's actually the only character right now that has this mechanic. I don't know why I was talking like that. I'm tripping. Alright, let me just slow this down a bit. We can see she will chain Violet here. You see that? Okay, now everyone's clumped up. And the good thing about this is that we positioned our Mephie perfectly. I actually set the team beforehand. so that Mephie will be able to deal more damage with her Prism Ray. Now, since we just steamrolled this enemy team, we're gonna be using, there you go, that crit is crazy. We are gonna be using her ultimate. Boom. I actually thought she killed him there. Oh, that's scary. Again, as a unit, fantastic, well-rounded, amazing as a secondary tank, because Chloe, if you're wondering why she's the backline, she taunts them so they all clump together, and then Adrianne just pulls the other unit towards your team. Then Mephie can just safely like take on everyone. Now, do you have to use Mephie? No, Vivian's an amazing unit to use instead of Mephie in this case. They actually pair very well together. I'm actually surprised Mephie did less damage than Talia. Yeah, Talia's broken anyway. So, unsurprisingly, Adrianne did the most because we did use her ultimate. But then, damn, as we expected, she didn't tank the most because of Claire and Chloe being on the team, being bearer tanks. With Chloe taunting and Claire being in front for obvious reasons. Now, surprisingly, she healed as much as Talia, which is crazy. Let's see if we can do another stage over here. Now, in this case, I'm expecting her to be able to pull Prim, which is good because Prim is an annoying unit to fight against because of that burst heal. So the annoying units you usually fight against are the ones that do well even without their ultimate. In this case, that is Prim. And pretty much 99% of the healers, right? Because you barely use their ultimates. That goes even for the best healers such as Catherine. Boom. Again, still no issue so far. I don't know if you saw the damage on the Prim, but that is funny as hell. You love to see it. To be fair, it was an ultimate. We just saw the Ira damage. You know, Ira actually has like the lowest, or one of the lowest attack stats in the game. She's still got that much amount of damage. Like it's not fair. So at this point, we'll just fast forward it because we don't really care at this point. We've already established how this unit is good. Is that Petra? Yeah. So now you see why Petra has very good sustain, especially when she's in a clump like this. Now I'm playing like a filthy casual right now. I should save my... Okay, that would have ended badly if I didn't kill her that turn. She was about to do that full... at that point, full screen. Yo. Okay, we'll take the gems. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Adrianne showcase. Now, summary is basically probably don't use her as a main tank, especially later on in the game you get. But as a secondary tank, she does that job amazingly. Alright. Well, that's it for the showcase, and I'll see you in the next one.